How the heck are you, everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. You know, Dragonheir Silent Gods may be having tough times in America, where I live. However, globally, Season 4 is absolutely rip-roaring, chugging along as normal. So I'm going to continue my series for the next few videos, breaking down all the remaining Season 4 brand new characters. Guys, if you are not in the US and you want to play Dragonheir Silent Gods, you can use my link in the description or the top pinned comment. The game is available on Steam, Epic Games, PC, and mobile. Right away, let's head into the gallery and let's talk about holy crap, my hair looks crazy. Alrighty guys, I threw a hat on. That was outrageous. This video is going to be dedicated to the 3 new necrosis affinity supports that have come in Season 4. 3 new necrotic supports from the necrosis affinity in Season 4 of Dragonheir Silent Gods. Let's get into them.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
Alrighty, up first, I believe we have a legendary, and it is Perseus. Here you go. I wanted to start with this guy because holy crap, he looks so cool. This is the perfect example of the character that makes me wish the game was going to continue in America. Holy crap, the hexapod prayer. He's like half Venus flytrap, half, I don't even know, the clicker things from The Last of Us. I mean, this is... I love him so much. Perseus, he is a support. Let's get into that captain skill. He's got an HP aura, my favorite kind of aura. All battles, increases all allies max HP by 30%. If you don't know the way I do this series, this is the 3rd video in the series, guys. First, I did all the legendary DPS. Then I did the poison, the frost, and the lightning supports that came in Season 4. And now I'm doing all the necrotic ones. We'll have one more to go over the radiance and the fire ones. But basically, I go in blind and I try to give my impression and theory craft in my head how good I think they will be, where I think they could excel. Very much theory crafting nowadays, but you'll see HP aura increases all allies max HP by 30% in all battles. Let's go to that first skill here. Food preservation. Basic attacks deal damage twice. When dealing damage to enemies with skills, there is a 100% chance to inflict fallen poison up to 30 times. So this is some kind of debuff thing you can stack up to 30 times. Let's see what fallen poison actually is. Each stack decreases attack by 1% and attack speed by 1.5%. So if you hit those 30 stacks, you've got a 30% attack break and a 45% attack speed break or speed reduction, whatever. Feels really weak. I don't know. I mean, the big attack down is going to be 50%, right? And this only goes up to 30%. I guess it's all just coming from the passive. Underwhelming so far for how flippin' cool this guy looks. Look at this guy. He's got a mix of like mech arms, but also like weeds taking over your garden kind of vibes, shooting at him from behind his shoulders. It's the coolest thing. Underwhelming skill though. Let's go. Devastation, the battle skill, deals necrotic damage 100% of attack to nearby 100% of attack to nearby enemies 4 times and reduces their ultimate energy by 25%. So now we're kind of cooking, right? So this is going to have a recharge time of 8 seconds when you skill it up. The damage can go up to 125%, but 125% attack, AoE, necrotic damage. Definitely not about the damage with this guy. The key thing is the reduction in the ultimate energy by 25%. Feels very PvP oriented, quite strong, I would guess. The predation. This one better be good, though, because this one, I mean, that's pretty cool, the ultimate cut. The passive is fine. I mean, you're slowing them down a lot. You're cutting down their attack speed. That will... go well in terms of really halting their gameplay when you're cutting away at their ultimate energy as well. They're not doing too much, but I'm expecting a big ultimate to really make this guy shine. So let's see it. Predation or predation, I'm not sure. Rushes to an enemy and strikes them 12 times, each dealing 70% attack necrotic damage. Let's see how much that goes up. It goes to 80. So 80% times 12 is going to be what? 960%. Okay. Necrotic damage, there is a 100% chance to dispel all buffs. Wow, full buff dispel from them. That's really good, just stripping it all off. 75% chance to inflict stun on them. I'm assuming, of course, this is going to go up to 100%. Yes, it will. And also goes up to 100% to place buff prohibition. So you take all the buffs off, you stun them, and for 5 seconds, which is really nice. And now you're putting a buff prohibition debuff on them for 10 seconds. The hero gains 30% max HP healing simultaneously. the enemy HP limit will be reduced by 20% of the damage dealt. This damage, again, can be pretty good, but it is single target. So I'm not, I don't know. Feels like for bosses maybe, or if you, I don't know, man. My voice is cracking trying to figure this one out. No more than 40% of the max enemy's max HP. Invalid for bosses. Well, there's my answer. Maybe there's one really nasty guy in Grand Gladiator or something like that. The enemy with the highest attack will be attacked first. So it's like taking out their big DPS, chipping away at him. Because if I'm not reading this wrong, rushes to an enemy. It's a 12 hitter on one enemy. It's not 12 random hits. So it's a really good stun. It's a really good strip. It's a really good buff probation, but it's single target. Enemy with the highest attack. Not going to function too well on bosses, but you cut down that HP so they can't be healed back up. Feels very PvP. Feels underwhelming. You look way cooler than you are, buddy. Not terrible, but certainly not that good. If I'm missing something, let me know. Let's see who is up next. And a big shout out to Hell Hades' website has proven an invaluable resource for finding who the actual new Season 4 heroes are. So thank you, Hell Hades. Up next, we're going to have Astyon, who I believe also, if I'm not mistaken, is a legendary. Let's see. Can we find Astyon? No, I guess not a legendary. Are we talking epic here? That's the thing with Dragonheir. All the designs are so good, I actually can't. There's no way it's a rare. Am I blind? Where's freaking Astyon? Am I even saying that right? Probably not. I mean, that's not going to be my sweet boy over there. Zarloth. No, there he is. He's the last one. That's why I missed him. Astyon, the coolest looking one, I think, of the whole new bunch. I mean, it's some kind of lizard-esque, I guess, getting ready for battle, but this amazing thing coming out of the back, I absolutely love it. This red thing, I don't know, the glowing eye of Sauron on this giant staff blade javelin thing. Astyon is a stunner. How about that? Looking incredible. What is it? Astana is like the capital of like Kazakhstan or something. Am I remembering that right? But totally stunner looking hero. I love it. You know, that's the one thing Dragonheir has always done in this game. Knocked it out of the park with hero design. Increases all allies' defense by 45% in Grand Gladiator Arena. You guys know I'm not the biggest PvP guy in the world, and so many things of these new heroes have been pointing towards PvP. For me, it's a big fart. I don't know. Let's keep going. The passive now. Sun Pursuer. As the battle starts, the hero has a 100% chance to inflict silence for 10 seconds on the nearest enemy and steals 30% of their HP, 30% of their defense. 50% of the stolen attributes will be transferred to the ally with the highest attack. Wow, so that's pretty sweet. You're stealing some nice tanky stuff, giving it to your probably glass cannon-y, fragile main DPS. Whoever has the highest attack, HP stolen should not exceed 100% of the hero's max HP. Man, I mean, this is a very cool passive. I like this a lot and feels very good, right, for Grand Gladiator, for PvP kind of stuff. Let's go to the battle skill. We've got Sun Shader. Deals 310% attack, necrotic damage to enemies within range. That's a big range. It's just like a straight tunnel right in front of her. And 50% chance to inflict stun. That chance goes up to a 60% chance with skill ups. Grants crit hit resistance to the ally with the highest attack for 5 seconds. What is that? Increases the chance of resisting critical damage by 50%. Well, that's great. You've got an increase by a coin flip chance to not get hit by a crit. The hero recharges ultimate energy by 5% upon hitting one enemy. I'm assuming that's per enemy when you hit in this big tunnel. So if you hit like 6 enemies, it could be a 30% restore. I will choose to read it as such. That 3% stun could be longer, but it's still pretty good. The damage here can go up another 25%. So we can go up to, what would it be, 335% attack necrotic. Damage doesn't seem that good. The straight tunnel thing's kind of cool. The crit hit resistance is nice, but it's only to one ally. Underwhelmed yet again. The cool thing is you could line her up strategically when you see your enemy's formation in Grand Gladiator. So there is play there. Sun Eclipser. Lots of things with the sun. We got the Shader, the Pursuer, now the Eclipser. Now we're talking with some tons of debuffs. Summons a domain that lasts for 10 seconds at the target's location, dealing 60% attack, necrotic damage. This goes up to 75%. Within range, to all enemies within range, every 1 second. And how long will this last? 10 seconds. All right, so it's going to come out to 750% damage of attack total. Heals all allies. We love this by 3.5% max HP. Is it her at max HP or theirs? Assuming it's probably theirs. Simultaneously every second. And this is, again, I'm assuming going to be the 10 seconds. So that's a big heal. That's a 35% max HP heal. When enemies within range gain a buff, 40% chance to replace the buff with a random debuff. That I love. So you want to drive your opponents crazy in PvP stuff. this RNG of like, nope, not a buff 40% of the time. And does this go up? No, but 40% of the time, actually, I'm going to give you attack penalty 2, buff prohibition, recharging, speed penalty, or heal prohibition. That I like. Very pesky in arena. She would have been a really, really good hero that I could have used in arena. We are going to still do pulls on my account, obviously in season 2, not season 4. This is a hero I might never get an opportunity, but we'll see. The game might eventually come back to the States. No idea, but for now, just a pipe dream. This is, I like a Styon a lot better than Perseus so far. And then our last one, there's only the 3, is going to be Ylindra, who I believe is an epic. Can I find Ylindra, or am I once again blind? Ylindra. Oh, and a rare. So the first rare I have reviewed probably like ever, aside from when I started my account, you know, got way into Sigrid and stuff like that. Certainly the first rare from season 4. And again, this is what makes Dragonheir Silent Gods so cool, right? This is a rare that looks as good or if not better than legendaries in some games. I mean, that is a thing, right? We've got the Tattered Garment, Ylindra. She's a support. Some rares in this game are bonkers good. Is this going to be one of those rares? Very simple passive here. Damage taken reduces. Damage taken is reduced by 25%. So just all the time when damage is coming in, it gets a 0.75x multiplier, and then it hits her. So she cuts it by a quarter. We love it. Now, Life and Death, her battle skill. This is going to end up with skill ups with a recharge time of 8 seconds. Initial recharge 5 seconds. Completely standard. Strikes the enemy twice, each dealing 200% attack necrotic, and it heals the hero by 350% attack. If it was healing all her allies, then we would be absolutely cooking, but it's very selfish. I don't really care. This damage goes up to 210%. This healing goes up to 360%. I don't know. I don't know about this. I don't know. This is going to have to be a brilliant, brilliant ultimate. I would love to end on a banger here. Come on, Dragonheir. Underworldly Curse. Moves to the enemy and strikes them 3 times, each dealing 250% attack necrotic damage. This can go up to 265. So 200, this is a lot of math. Let's do it in parts, right? 250 times 3 is going to be 750, and then 15 times 3 is 45. So we're talking 795% attack. So it's something, but again, it's single target. Double buff Dispel from the enemy with 100% chance to land buff prohibition. Skill prioritizes the enemy with the most buffs. Maybe against certain bosses. I don't know what's coming around in season 4. It could be good. Kind of feels like the kind of rare you're not actually going to use. I don't know. You guys let me know, you season 4 players, if you're out there, if you feel differently. I would say in general, this was underwhelming. Ylindra seems fairly unusable. It's kind of how I'd describe it. The damage is not good enough. It's all single target, not too thrilling. And the support and the debuffing and that kind of stuff doesn't seem up to snuff. As cool as Perseus is, he kind of feels very mid, if at best quite niche. And a Styon feels like there's a real use for her as an extremely, extremely pesky PvP unit, especially in Grand Gladiator Arena. Guys, that's my review of all the new necrotic supports in Dragonheir Season 4. Super specific, but I think super fun. If you are outside of America and you want to play Dragonheir Silent Gods, I'll have the link in my description in the top pinned comment. It is available on Epic, Steam, PC, mobile, all that good stuff. I've been Fastidious. Thank you so much for watching. Share with your mother, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.
Fastidious.